consider the doubtful ones again. There's Ermengarde.
There's no doubt about Ermengarde. The religious life is no place for the pious.
You mean the pretentiously pious, Sister Berta? There's Christina, and there's Maria.
After last night, I don't think there could be any doubt in the Reverend Mother's mind about Maria.
I gave her permission to leave the Abbey for the day.
I told you, Sister Berta.
Ave.
Reverend Mother, I brought Maria. She's waiting.
Sister Sophia, the mistress of the postulants and the mistress of the novices do not see eye to eye about Maria. How do you feel about her?
Well, I love her very dearly. But she always seems to be in trouble, doesn't she?
Exactly what I say. She climbs a tree and scrapes her knee. Her dress is got a tear. She waltzes on her way to mass and whistles on the stair. And underneath her wig, well, she has curlers in her hair. I even heard her singing in the Abbey. She's always late for chapel. Penitence is real. She's always late for everything except for every meal. I really hate to say it, but I very firmly feel Maria's not an asset to the Abbey. I'd like to say a word on her behalf.
Then say it, Sister Margaretta.
Maria makes me laugh. How do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you catch a crowd and pin it down?
How do you find a word that means Maria? A flippity gentle word with a cloud.
Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand.
But how do you make me stay and listen to all you say?
How do you keep away from all this land?
Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria?
How do you hold on
When I'm with her, I'm confused, out of focus and bemused, and I never know exactly where I am. Unpredictable as weather, she's as flighty as a feather. She's a darling, she's a demon, she's a lamb. She'll outcast you any quest, drive a pony from its nest. She can throw a dervish out of her. She is gentle, she's wise, she's a riddle, she's a child, she's already. She's an angel. She's a girl. How do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you catch a cloud and pin it down? How do you find a word that means Maria? A flippity gentle, it's a cloud. Many a thing you know you'd like to tell her. Many a thing she ought to understand. Why don't you make her stay and listen to who you say? How do you keep Maria from understand? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Maria? How do you hold a moonbeam in your hand?
Now, my children, I think I should talk to Maria instead of about her. I am grateful to you all. Ave, come here, my child. Sit down, Maria. I want to talk to you.
Yes, about last night. Reverend Mother, I was on my knees most of the night because I was late, and after you'd been so kind and given me permission to leave,
It wasn't about your being late, Maria.
I must have opened half of the Abbey before Sister Margaretta heard me and opened up the gates.
Maria, very few of us were asleep. We could only think that you had lost your way, and to be lost at night on that mountain.
Reverend Mother, I couldn't have gotten lost on that mountain. That's my mountain. I was brought up on it. It was the mountain that brought me to you.
Oh?
When I was a little girl, I used to come down the mountain, climb a tree, and look over into your gardens. I'd see the sisters at work, and I'd hear them singing on their way to the Vespers. Many times I would come back up the mountain in the dark, singing all the way. And that brings me to another transgression. I was singing yesterday, and I was singing without your permission.
Maria, it's only here in the Abbey that there is a rule about singing.
Yes, and that's the hardest rule of all for me. Sister Margareta is always reminding me, but too late, after I've started singing.
And that day you were singing in the garden at the top of your voice.
Yes, but Mother, it's that kind of song.
I came to the window, and when you saw me, you stopped.
Yes, that's been on my mind ever since it happened.
It's been on my mind too. I wish you hadn't stopped. I used to sing that song as a girl, and I can't quite remember. Please.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and porcelain mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver-white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dawn lights, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad. When the dawn lights, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so
We were both singing at the top of our voices.
You're right. It's that kind of song.
And singing it always makes me feel better. Reverend Mother, where did you learn that song?
I was brought up in the mountains myself. Maria, in spite of what you saw over the Abbey wall, you weren't ready for the way we live, were you?
No, Mother, but I pray and I try.
Tell me, Maria, what is the most important lesson you've learned during your time here?
Find out what the will of God is and to do it.
Even if it is hard to accept?
Even then.
Maria, that dress you wore when you came to us, is that still in the robing room?
Why, no, Mother, that has surely been given to the poor. Sister Margareta says when we enter the Abbey, our worldly clothes. Reverend Mother, why did you ask?
Maria, it seems to be the will of God that you leave us.
Leave? Leave here? Oh, no, Mother, please,
A
no!
while only, Maria.
Don't send me away, Mother. This is what I want. This is my life.
Are you ready for it? Perhaps if you go out into the world again for a time, you will return to us knowing what we expect of you, and that we do expect it.
Mother, I know what you expect, and I'll do it, I promise.
Maria.
If it is God's will, where am I to go?
There's a family of 7 children. You like children? You're very good with them. They need a governess until September.
Until September?
Captain Von Trapp expects you this afternoon. He's a fine man and a brave one. He was given the Maria Theresa Medal by the Emperor. It was for heroism in the Adriatic.
Captain in the Navy. Oh, Mother, he'll be very strict.
You're not being sent to his battleship. God bless you, Maria.
What will this day be like? I wonder. What will my future be? I wonder. Oh, it could be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. My heart should be wildly rejoicing. Oh, what's the matter with me? I've always longed for adventure, to do the things I've never did. Now here I'm facing adventure. Then why am I so scared? A captain with 7 children. What's so fearsome about that? Oh, I must stop these doubts, all these worries. If I don't, I just know I'll turn back. I must dream of the things I am seeking. I'm seeking the courage I lack. The courage to serve them with reliance. Face my mistakes without defiance. Show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I'll show me so. Let them bring on all their problems. I'll do better than my best. I have confidence they'll put me to the test, but I'll make them see I have confidence in me. Somehow I will impress them. I will be firm, tight, and all those children, heaven bless them, they will look up to me and mind me with each step. I am more certain everything will turn out fine. I have confidence the world can all be mine. They'll have to agree I have confidence in me. I have confidence in sunshine. I have confidence in rain. I have confidence that spring will come again. Besides what they see, I have confidence in me. Strength doesn't lie in numbers. Strength doesn't lie in wealth. Strength lies in nights of peaceful slumber. When you wake up, it's healthy. All I trust I put my heart to. All I trust becomes my own. I have confidence in confidence alone. God help. I have confidence in confidence alone. Besides what you say, I have confidence
Yes, sir?
I was calling the housekeeper, and she didn't answer. Do you know why?
Sometimes she doesn't hear, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I was answering the telephone. Good day, sir. We're happy to have you home again.
The last governess. Why did she leave?
Who knows? She just said, I've had enough of this, and walked out.
Was it Louise again, playing tricks on her, putting toads in her bed?
She didn't complain of that, sir.
Well, there's another one coming today, and this one can't walk out.
Oh?
She's coming from Naumburg Abbey, with orders to stay until September.
I hope you'll be at home for a time, sir.
Just until tomorrow. The telephone call, was it for me?
No, sir. It was for Franz. Earlier there was a call from Vienna, Frau Schrader.
I have the number in the pantry.
Oh, I know it. I'll be back in a month with some guests.
Yes, sir. Do you know how many, sir?
Just two. Herr Detweiler
Herr Detweiler.
and Frau Schrader.
Who wants to be on the telephone?
It was the post office. They've got a telegram for you. It will be delivered at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. That gives me 5 hours to be nervous.
With that scatterbrained boy delivering telegrams.
Well, that's one thing people are saying. If the Germans did take over Austria, we'd have efficiency.
Don't let the captain hear you say that. He didn't whistle for us when his wife was alive.
He's being captain of a ship again.
I can't bear being whistled for. It's humiliating.
In the Imperial Navy, the bosun always whistled for us.
But I wasn't in the Imperial Navy.
Too bad. You could have made a fortune. You will wait here.
Oh,
I am Captain Von Trapp. You are Fraulein.
Maria Rayner.
Now, as to your duties here, do you mind stepping over there? Before the children meet you, you will put on another dress.
I haven't any other dress. When we enter the Abbey, all our worldly clothes are given to the poor.
What about this one?
The poor didn't want this one.
This is what you call a worldly dress?
It belonged to our last postulate. I would have made myself a dress, but I wasn't given time. I can make my own clothes.
Good. I'll see that you're given some material today, if possible. Now you are to be in charge of my children. There are 7 of them. You'll see how far they have progressed in their studies and carry on from there. Each morning will be spent in the classroom. Each afternoon they march. You will see that at all times they conduct themselves with orderliness and decorum. The first rule in this house is discipline.
Yes, sir.
This is your new Fraulein Maria. I will sound your signal. You will step forward and repeat your name. You, Fraulein, will listen, and so that you can know their signal whenever you'd like to call them. Friedrich.
Louisa.
Kurt. Brigitta. Martha.
And that's Gretel. Well, Fraulein, let's see how well you've listened.
I won't have to whistle for them, Reverend Captain. What I mean is, I'll be with them all the time.
Not on all occasions. This is a large house and a large estate. They've been taught to only come when they hear their whistle. Now, when I want you, this is what you'll hear.
Oh, you won't have the trouble, sir, because I couldn't answer to a whistle.
Nonsense. Everyone in this house answers to a whistle. Here, I'll show you.
Yes, sir?
This is my orderly, my butler, the new governess, Fraulein Maria.
Yes, sir?
This is the executive officer, Frau Schmidt, the housekeeper. Fraulein Maria. Please be sure that her room is ready.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I shall now leave you in charge of the children. You are in command.
Pardon me, sir. I don't know how to address you.
You will call me Captain.
Thank you, Captain. I forgot to return this whistle to you, Captain. I won't be needing it, Captain. Well, now that there's just us, would you tell me your names again and tell me how old you are? Now, you're...
I'm Liesel. I'm 16 years old, and I don't need a governess.
I'm glad you told me. We'll just be friends.
I'm Friedrich. I'm 14. I'm a boy.
Boy, well, you're almost a man.
I'm Brigitte.
You forgot to tell me how old you are, Louisa.
I'm Brigitte. She's Louisa. She's 13 years old. You're smart. I'm 9, and I think that your dress is the ugliest one I ever saw.
Brigitte, you mustn't say a thing like that.
Why not? Don't you think it's ugly?
If I didn't think so, I wouldn't say so. I'm Kurt. I'm 11. Almost.
That's a nice age to be. 11. Almost.
I'm Marta, and I'm going to be 7 on Tuesday, and I'd like a pink parasol.
Pink is my favorite color, too. And you must be Greta. Come here. Well, I'm going to tell you all something. I've never been a governess before. How do I start?
You mean you don't know anything about being a governess?
No.
Well, the first thing you have to do is tell Father to mind his own business.
No, Louisa, don't. I like her.
What's in here?
My guitar.
What'd you bring this for?
Or when we all sing together.
We don't sing.
You don't... Of course you sing. Everybody sings. What songs do you know?
I don't know any songs.
You don't?
No.
Well, now I know how I'm going to start. I am going to teach you all how to sing. Let's start at the very beginning. A very good place to start. When you read, you begin with
ABC.
when you sing, you begin with do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi. The first 3 notes just happen to be do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Come, listen. I'll make it easy. Do, a deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a maid, I call myself. Far, a long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow sun. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. Oh, oh, oh. A deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. A note to follow song. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to do. A deer, a female deer. Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. A note to follow song. Tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to dawn. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So go.
Can you call a song? Do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on?
Do, re, mi, fa, so, and so on is only the tools we make to build a song. Once we have these notes in our head, we can sing a million different tunes.
How?
By mixing them up. Listen. So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re. Now you try.
So, do, la, fa, mi, do, re.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
So, do, la, ti, do, re, do.
All together now. Ready? So, do, that will bring us back to. So Tito remembers now. So go.
Good night, Ralph.
Liesel,
Yes?
you don't have to say goodnight this early just because your father is home.
How did you know my father was home?
Oh, I have my way of knowing things.
Oh, you're wonderful.
No, not really.
Oh, yes, you are. I mean, how did you know 2 days ago that you'd be here at just this time tonight with a telegram from France?
Every year on this date, he always receives a birthday telegram from his sister.
Oh, you see, you are wonderful.
Can I come again tomorrow night?
Oh, Ralph, you can't be sure you're going to have a telegram to deliver here tomorrow night.
I could come here by mistake with a telegram for Colonel Schneider. He's here from Berlin. He's staying with the Gauleiter. No one's supposed to know that. Don't tell your father.
Why not?
Well, your father's pretty Austrian.
Well, we're all Austrian.
Some people think we ought to be German, and they're pretty mad at those who don't think so. They're getting ready to... Well, let's hope your father stays out of trouble.
Don't worry about father. He was decorated for bravery.
It's not him I worry about. It's his daughter.
Me? Why?
How old are you, Lisa?
I'm 16. What's wrong with that?
You wait, little girl, on an empty stage for fate to turn the light on. Your life, little girl, is an empty page that no one will want to write on.
To ride on.
You are 16, 17, baby, it's time to leave. That's all you have for your arm. You are 16, you are 17, fellows are falling along. Lads and boys and cats will offer you. Totally ungrateful.
tomorrow. I have this material he ordered for a new dress for you.
Oh, even before it's made, this is the prettiest dress I've ever had. I hope the captain will like it because I'm going to ask him for more material.
More?
Not for me, for the children. For play clothes.
The Von Trapp children never play. The captain doesn't like them to get dirty.
But they're children. They have to roll in grass, climb trees. Think of all the rocks and caves.
The captain says the best exercise is marching. The children will continue to march. I hope you find it very comfortable.
Yes, thank you.
There will be new curtains for the window and the alcove. They will be hung tomorrow.
These curtains are very nice.
There will be new curtains.
Will the captain be away long?
I don't know. Of course, he has to come home every time he hires a new governess. I sometimes think the children get rid of their governesses just because they want to see their father again.
You must want to see them too.
Since his wife died, they remind him too much of her. You can put that away. You won't be using it.
Why not?
The captain won't have music here.
He won't have music.
And he used to love music too. There were the most wonderful nights. His wife would sing and he would play violin or guitar. He shut all that out of his life now.
So that's why he's the way he is. But to not have music, that's wrong for him and for the children too.
It will work out. The captain may marry again before the summer is over.
That would change things. The children would have a mother again.
It's going to rain. You better close your window.
Dear God, I know now that you sent me here on a mission. I must help these children to love their new mother and prepare them to win her love so she will never want them to leave her. I pray this becomes a happy family in thy sight. God bless the captain, God bless Liesel, Friedrich, Louisa, Brigitte, Marta, and little Gretel too. And I forgot about that other little kid. What's his name? Oh, God bless what's his name. God bless the Reverend Mother, God bless Sister Margareta, and everybody in Naumburg Abbey. And now, dear God, about Liesel. Help her to know that I'm her friend, and help her to tell me what she's been up to.
Are you going to tell on me?
Help me to understand so that I guide her footsteps. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Amen.
I was out taking a walk, and somebody locked the doors earlier than usual, and I didn't want to wake everybody up, and you're not going to tell Father, are you?
Did you climb this trellis to get up here?
That's how we always get in this room to play tricks on the governess. Louisa can climb it with a toad in her hand.
Lisa, were you out there all by yourself? You know, if we wash that dress tonight, no one will notice it by tomorrow, and this could all just be between you and me. You can wear this. Now take that, just soak in the tub, and then come back out here and sit at the edge of my bed, and we can have a talk.
I told you today I didn't need a governess. Well, maybe I do.
Oh, Gretel, it's you. Are you afraid? You aren't afraid of the thunderstorms, are you? Well, you just stay right here with me. Where are the others?
They're asleep. They're not scared.
Oh, that's not. Well, in the meantime, we can tell stories. I have my guitar. Oh, look. Oh, come on, all of you, up on the bed. Come on, come on. Now, all we have to do is wait for the boys.
We won't see them. Boys are brave.
It's okay, it's okay. You boys aren't frightened, are you?
Oh no, we just wanted to be sure you weren't.
Was this your idea, Friedrich?
It was Kurt.
Oh, that's the one I left out. God bless Kurt.
Why does it do that?
Well, the lightning says something to the thunder, and the thunder answers it back.
I wish you wouldn't answer so loud.
No, maybe if we sing loud enough, we won't hear it. High on a hill was a lonely goat herd, lay-o, lay-o, lay-o. That was the voice of the lonely goat herd, lay-o, lay-o, lay. Folks in town, just quite remote, herd, lay-o, lay-o, lay-o. Lusty and clear was the goat herd's throat, herd, lay-o, lay-o, lay. Oh, lay-o, lay, oh, lay-o, lay, oh,
Franz, did you tell Herr Detweiler that we're having coffee out here?
Oh, yes, sir. Herr Detweiler is still on the telephone.
Frau Schrader?
Oh, thank you.
Franz, any sign of the children?
Well, not yet, sir.
Georg, those mountains, they're magnificent.
They're not like any other mountains. They're friendly. You see that stretch of wood over there? When the wind moves through it, it rustles like a restless sea.
And that sweet little village.
It's not a village, that's a town.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt its feelings.
It's fun having you here. You're quite an experience for me.
You're quite an experience for me, too. Somewhere in there's a fascinating man. Occasionally I catch a glimpse of him, and when I do, he's exciting.
Exciting? I've never been called exciting before.
Well, I'm beginning to understand you a bit better now that I see you here. You're a little like those mountains, except you keep moving. How is it you're away from this place as much as you are?
Maybe I've been searching for a reason to come back to stay.
Georg, I like it here very much.
Oh, Max can't possibly still be on the telephone. I know he's desperate to find singers for his Salzburg festival. But you like it here?
Of course, we'd have to spend some time in Vienna. I have Heinrich's estate to look after.
Thought that was a corporation now.
It is, and I'm president.
You, president of a corporation?
After all, I handled Heinrich's affairs years before he died.
I just can't see you sitting behind a desk.
Well, of course, I wear a business suit and smoke a big cigar.
Excuse me, Captain. Herr Detweiler would like his coffee.
While he's telephoning?
We just finished.
Sorry I took so long.
Any luck?
How would you like this for the Salzburg Festival? The finest choir in all of Austria, the greatest mixed quartet in all of Europe, and the best soprano in the world.
Max, that's something I'd love to hear.
So would I. All I've got up to now is a basso who isn't even profundo.
Max, you always come up with a good festival concert.
And why? Because my motto is, never start out looking for the people you wind up getting. That's why I've been telephoning Paris, Rome, Stockholm, London.
On Georg's telephone?
How else could I afford it? Why am I here?
I thought it was because you liked me.
I do like you. Why shouldn't I like you? You live like a king. You have an excellent wine cellar.
Max!
I like rich people. I like the way they live. I like the way I live when I'm with them. Speaking as a government official, Georg, is there a cathedral around here?
Yes, we have an abbey, Nonnberg Abbey.
Do they have a choir?
A beautiful one.
Good. In the next few days, I will have to visit all these towns to hear their choirs, quartets, sangerbunds.
You'll be here for meals.
Yes. It was a town about that size, Watzmann, where I discovered the St. Ignatius Boys Choir. In 1930, they won the festival, became very famous, and toured all over the world.
Oh, yes. Whatever became of them?
By the time their voices changed, they were rich enough to live in America. Who lives in that dilapidated castle down there? Rumpelstiltskin?
No, Baron Elberfeld, the oldest family in the valley.
I'd like to meet him. I'd like to meet all your friends. Georg, why don't you have a dinner for me while I'm here? Nothing very much, just something lavish.
Well, I wouldn't know whom to invite. Today it's hard to tell who's an enemy and who's a friend.
Now's not a good time to make enemies. Let's make some friends.
I can't possibly think what would have happened to the children.
You're not worried about them, are you?
They just should have been here to welcome you.
Well, it couldn't have been an intentional slight because they haven't met me yet.
Oh, excuse me. I'll go look for them.
So, Elsa, have you made up Georg's mind yet? Is he going to marry you or not?
Of course, he just hasn't admitted it yet. There seems to be something standing in his way.
You don't know what it is.
No.
I do.
What?
It's quite simple. It's money.
Money.
He's rich. You're rich. In all the famous love affairs, the lovers have to struggle. In garret rooms or upstairs, the lovers starve and snuggle. They're famous for misfortune, which they seem to have no fear of. While lovers who are very rich, you very seldom hear of.
No sign of them anywhere.
No little shack do you share with me? We do and bizarre as a teen are we. 2 millionaires with a dream are we. We're keeping romance alive. 2 millionaires with a dream are we. We'll make our love serve. No, would you know what a flat can be? Warm by the glow of its song and sea. How unsure I feel for you. I cannot go, I can steal for you. I cannot die like we live for you. How can love survive?
You millionaires with financial affairs are too busy for simple pleasure. When you are poor, it takes two of your lumber. You're all the more pleasure.
Caught in the rope, the chains are we. Lost in the wealth, the domains are we. Trapped by our capital gains are we. We're keeping romance alive.
Trapped by your capital gains are you.
Make our love survive.
What do you want?
Oh, Captain, I didn't see. Ha!
Who are you?
I have a telegram for Herr Detweiler.
I'm Herr Detweiler.
You delivered your telegram. Now get out.
Georg, he's just a boy.
I'm in Austria. I'll not be hot.
Georg, why can't you just see things the way I do? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Just don't let it happen to you.
Max, I'm glad you haven't any character, because if you did, I'm convinced I hate you.
You couldn't hate me. I'm too lovable. I'll take it.
Straight line! Get cleaned up, get back into your uniforms, and report back here. At once! Fraulein, where did you get these abominations? Out of a nightmare?
No, out of some curtains. The curtains that used to hang in my bedroom. There was still plenty of wear left in them.
Just a moment. Do you mean to say that the people of the neighborhood have seen my children in old curtains?
Yes, they've become very popular.
I
Everyone
don't
smiles at
wonder.
them. Well, they say, there go Captain Von Trapp's children.
My children have always been a credit to my name.
But Captain, they were unhappy little marching machines.
I don't care to hear from you about my children.
Well, you've got to hear from someone. You're not home long enough to know that.
I said I don't want to hear.
I know you don't, but you've got to. Take Liesel. Liesel isn't a child anymore, and if you keep treating her like one, you're going to have mutiny on your hands. And Friedrich, he's shy, he's aloof. Friedrich needs your confidence. Friedrich needs you.
Don't tell me about my son.
Regina could tell you about him. She could tell you a lot more if you just got to know her, because she notices things. She always tells the truth, especially when you don't want to hear it. I haven't finished yet. Kurt, he's sensitive. He's easily hurt, and you ignore him. You brush him aside like you do with all the others. And Louisa, she wants to have a good time. You've got to let her have a good time. And Marta, I don't know about yet, but someone has to know her. And Gretel, oh, she just wants to be loved. Oh, love Gretel, Captain. Love all of them. They need you.
Stop it! Stop it! You will pack your bags and return to the Abbey as soon as you can.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Not in the way that I said it.
When you've gone, there'll be some changes. What's that? Singing? Who's singing? My children. Singing.
I wanted them to sing so Frau Schrader that they had it.
I heard
gardens.
Yes, show me the gardens. I'd like to see everything, and with you too. I don't know your names yet, but it doesn't matter. I'm sure I can get them straight for a long time.
I'm Martha. No, I'm Martha. She's Elisa.
You were right. I don't even know my own children.
They're waiting to know you. They want so much to. After I've gone.
No. I want you to stay.
If I could be of any help.
You've been a help already. You brought music back into my home. I had forgotten. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones in its way to see through the night like a lark is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
I came back to congratulate you.
Thank you.
The captain was very moved.
Yes, I think he was very pleased. He's asked me to stay on with the children
Oh, you're staying on?
until September.
September.
And then I go back to the Abbey.
The Abbey?
I'm going to become a nun.
Oh, how delightful. Well, when you get to the Abbey, think of us.
I will pray for you.
That's right. You must have that to all of the guests. Come along, children. The party started. Passionate, you fix them up. Yes, there used to be lots of parties here.
Friedrich and I used to sneak out and watch them from the top of the stairs.
I remember the music.
What's your father? The orchestra? All the way from Budapest.
Oh yes, they wore red coats.
So it has been done by our
I remember the beautiful ladies and everyone laughing.
There was one lady, the most beautiful of all. I think she was here all the time.
Yes, there is that.
Can you tell all the other guests to sing?
Of course. Remember what Fraulein agreed with us?
Yes.
You have German blood, haven't you?
I'm not German, I'm Austrian.
There's going to be an encore. I warn you and everyone else like you. And that goes for our...
It is much more pleasant on the terrace. Elberfeld, it's nice to have you and the Baroness here again.
Frau Schrader's charming day.
I hope she isn't ill.
No, just a headache. I'm on my way up now to get her. We'll meet you on the terrace.
Father, I don't think these people are having a very good time.
Half the people I invited aren't speaking to the other half.
Well, maybe they're having a good time not speaking to one another.
Oh, sir. Frau Schrader asked me to let you know
bringing this glass of brandy, Frau Schrader?
I haven't danced since I was a very little girl.
You remember it. Show me.
No, but I haven't danced since...
You said the left hand behind the back.
Yes. First the boy and the girl meet. And then they go for a little stroll.
No, sir, that's wrong. Let me show you.
I don't remember anything.
Well, Kurt, that's how it's done.
Your face is all red.
I guess I'm not very used to dancing, am I?
Well, hello there.
Good evening, Frau Schrader.
I hope you're feeling better, Frau Schrader.
Yes, thank you, Kurt.
Hello, Max. We're having a party.
Good. Tell your father it's sure to be a success after all. I'm here.
Max.
Elsa, Max Steg is the most lovely corporation president in the whole world.
Why, thank you, Max.
Max, you're here, and as usual, just in time for dinner.
Theo, you didn't think you could give a gallop without me.
Now we have an odd man.
A little odd, but charming.
Lisa, run and find Frau Schmidt. Tell her to set 2 more places. Oh, and I'd like to speak with Fraulein Maria.
Thank you.
2 places.
We need another woman.
Who, Liesel?
Oh, no, she's much too young. I'll ask Maria.
You can't be serious.
But of course.
Maria's a nurse.
I don't think of her that way.
I'm all right with her. We're friends. We don't expect to bad her.
Why not?
Let's tell him why not.
Max, can you change in a hurry?
Yes, Max, we'll need you tonight.
Come on, dear. I've been dodging these people for an hour.
Nikita, have you seen your father? Or Frau Schrader, anybody?
He's downstairs.
Doesn't she have a headache or something?
I don't know. I heard tell father she's been dodging this people.
Maybe you shouldn't say things you don't know are true.
But I do know. I heard tell father that.
It doesn't mean she doesn't have a headache. It is very important that your children like Frau Schrader.
I like her, all right. Why is it important?
Well, I think she's going to become your new mother.
Oh, Fraulein, father's never going to marry her. Why, he couldn't.
Why not?
Because he's in love with you.
Nikita, now that's just the kind of thing.
Oh, you must know that. Remember the other night when we were all sitting on the floor singing that Edelweiss song he taught us? You laughed at him for forgetting the words, but he didn't forget the words at all. He just stopped singing to look at you. And when he speaks to you, the way his voice sounds.
Oh, Brigida, no.
And when you looked at him just now when you were dancing, you're in love with him.
Brigida, no.
Come on, Gretel. One more dance and then off to bed. Oh, Maria, you're not to be having dinner with the children tonight. You'll be dining with us, down here. Oh, it's been all arranged, but you'll have to hurry. You'll have to change. And Maria, wear the dress you wore the other night. It was lovely, soft and white.
Now I announce dinner, Captain.
Oh, and the hall and the bells in the steeple too. And up in the nursery an absurd little bird is hopping out to say cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you. So long, farewell, our mother say goodnight.
I hate to go and leave this pretty sight.
So long, farewell, our leaders say adieu.
Adieu, adieu, to you.
So long, farewell, au revoir, Wiedersehen.
I'd like to stay and taste my first champagne. Yes?
No.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. I leave and hear beside and say goodbye.
I'm glad to go. I cannot tell a lie.
I quit, I go, I weep, I cry.
The sun has gone to bed and so must I.
So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, goodbye.
Elsa, they're extraordinary.
Fräulein Maria taught them to.
I've been looking all over Austria for something like this for the Salzburg Festival. I find it here.
Wait a minute, Max.
They'll be the talk of the festival, a singing group with 7 children and 1 family.
Gerd didn't even want them to sing in front of the guests tonight. I had to persuade him.
So you have the influence.
No, Max.
You must talk to him, Elsa. This is important for Austria, and it wouldn't do me any harm.
postulate to the robing room. God bless you, my daughter.
Maria has asked to see you. I know it has taken her a long time.
I waited until she wanted to come to me.
It's very strange. She's happy to be here, but she's unhappy too.
Why did they send her back? Do you know?
She doesn't speak. She hasn't spoken except in prayer.
I shall see her.
Maria?
This must have been a trying experience for you.
It was, Reverend Mother.
Has it taught you anything?
I've learned that I never want to leave these walls again.
Why did they send you back to us?
They didn't send me back. I left. I left without telling them where I was going, without saying goodbye.
Sit down, Maria. Maria, what happened? Why did you do this?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
I was confused. I never felt that way before. I knew I couldn't stay there. I knew that here I'd be away from it, that here I would be safe.
Maria, our Abbey is not to be used as an escape. What is it you can't face?
I can't face him again.
Thank you, Sister Margareta. Maria, are you in love with Captain Von Trapp?
I don't know. I don't know.
Tell me about it, my child.
Brigida said that I was, and that her father was in love with me, and there he was, and we were looking right at each other, and I could barely breathe. And then I knew I couldn't stay.
But do you like him, Maria?
Yes, very much so.
Did you let him see how you felt?
If I did, then I didn't know that I did. And that's what's been torturing me. I was there on God's mission. To ask for the captain's love would have been wrong. I don't know, Mother, but I do know this. I'm ready at this very moment to take I'm ready to become a nun.
Maria, the love of a man and a woman is holy too. The first time we talked together, you told me that you remembered your father and mother before they died. Do you remember? Were they happy?
Oh, yes, Mother, they were very happy.
And you, Maria, were born of their happiness, of their love. And, my child, you have a great capacity to love. What you must find out is, how does God want you to spend your love?
I pledge my life to God's service. I pledge my life to God.
My daughter, if you love this man, it doesn't mean that you love God less. You must find out. You must go back.
Oh, Mother, please don't make me do this. Please let me stay.
These walls were not made to shut out problems. You have to face them. You have to find the life you were born to live.
How do I do that?
You can't.
standing on the stage of a big concert hall.
What concert hall, Uncle Max?
Any concert hall, I suppose. Perhaps even the Carlsberg Festival concert hall. And it's full of people. Now, once more. Gretel, why wouldn't you sing loud?
I have a sore finger.
Now you can sing loud for your Uncle Max. The night of the party you sang so beautifully, with such spirit. Let's try it again. Those darlings, they wanted to sing for me, but they don't sing as well as they used to.
We need Fräulein Maria.
You do not need Fraulein Maria. You can sing just as well with me.
But I've had experience with choirs, quartets, glee clubs.
Max, please. Now, what are we going to sing? Do a deer, a female deer, ray a jump of golden. We are not to mention Fraulein Maria.
Come on, Max, I feel like a brisk walk.
That's just what I needed. Is anyone using the car?
Now, what are we going to sing? Louisa, did you play any of your jokes, any of your tricks on Fraulein Maria?
Only the ones she liked and laughed at.
You didn't put any toads in her bed?
No.
Well, something must have happened for her to leave us without even saying goodbye.
Is Fräulein Maria ever coming back?
No, darling. I don't think so.
But she was the best governess we ever had.
Well, you're not going to have another governess.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure that's good.
You're going to have a new mother.
A new mother?
Frau Schrader?
Yes, it was all settled last night. I'm very happy. Well, it's time for your afternoon walk.
When Fräulein Maria used to feel sad, she would sing that song, remember?
Yes.
All right, let's try it.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Why don't I feel better?
Rose and white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver eyes my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so
I missed you so much. I've got to find your father right away.
I'll find him.
I'll go with you.
Oh, Gretel, how's your sore finger?
You remembered.
Liesel, are you okay?
Yes, Fräulein, I'm all right.
Many telegrams lately?
Oh, Fräulein, now I'll be glad to go to boarding school.
Liesel, you can't use boarding school to escape all your problems. You have to face them. Oh, I have so much to talk to you all about.
We have a lot to tell you too.
You must have a great deal to tell me.
And I guess that the most important thing is that Father's going to be married.
Married? To Frau Schrader. Are you sure?
Yes, he just told us himself.
We got him.
Liesel,
Louisa, Brigida, boys, we'll be in the nursery, Maria.
You're back.
Yes, Captain.
You left without any explanation whatsoever, without even saying goodbye.
What's wrong with you?
Why did you do this to us? Tell me.
Please don't ask why. Besides, the reason no longer exists.
And you're back to stay?
Only until you can make arrangements for another governess.
Oh no, you've been missed by the children. I've missed you. Well, what I mean is, everybody's missed you very much. Nothing was the same while you were away.
But
Everything was wrong. Well, never mind it now. We'll talk about it later. Go up with the children. Maria, new dress?
I have a new postulant.
I know I'm right, Max. We'll find him and ask him.
I'll just take your word for it.
Gaylord, settle this for Max. How far down the mountain does your property go?
Can you make out that stone wall? That's the property line.
See?
I didn't argue about it.
I know, it makes me furious. I don't like to win a gunfight.
Sir Detweiler, while you were gone, you had a long-distance call from Berlin.
Who would be calling me from Berlin?
They said you'd know who it was.
Oh, thank you, Franz. Anyway, what were we talking about here?
Max, this isn't the first call you've had from Berlin.
Georg, you know I have no political convictions. Can I help it if others do?
Let's not stir that up again. The Germans have promised not to invade Austria. Max knows that.
Then why does he bother answering those calls from Berlin?
Because they don't keep their promise. I at least want to have some friends with them.
Naturally.
Oh, you agreed too?
Georg, this is the way I see things. There was a man who was dying. They offered to give him the last rites. They asked, do you renounce sin and the devil? He answered, at this current moment, I prefer not to make any enemies.
Georg, if they should invade us, would you defy them?
Yes.
Do you realize what might happen to you, to your property,
To your children?
to everyone close to you, to Elsa, to me?
Well, if the Germans come, what will you do?
Same thing any sensible person would do. Sit tight and wait for it all to blow over.
And you think it will?
One thing is certain. Nothing you can do will make any difference.
Don't look so serious, darling. Relax. Take the world off your shoulders.
You dear, attractive, dewy-eyed idealist. Today you have to learn to be a realist.
You may be bent on doing deeds of daring do, but up against a shark, what can a herring do?
Be wise, compromise.
Compromise and be wise.
Let them think you're on their side, be non-committal.
I will not bow my head to the men I despise.
You don't have to bow your head, just stoop a little.
Why not learn to put your faith and your reliance on an obvious and simple fact of
the center of the universe, a lovely thing called I.
And there's no way of stopping, no, there's no way of stopping, and I know, I cannot tell you why.
That's charming.
And as long as we're living, just as long as we're living, there'll be nothing else as wonderful as I.
Nothing else is wonderful.
On one thing alone we can agree. Each one is important to himself. But you don't save yourself by giving up. And you don't outwit a lion by putting your head
Your call from Berlin, sir.
in the lion's mouth.
I'll take it later, Franz.
I think you should talk to them now, Max.
Go, go, go.
Georg, I fear I know what is going to happen here. Can't you see things my way?
Not if you're willing to see things their way.
There's one thing you do better here than in Vienna. Your sunsets. I'm going to miss them.
Oh, beg your pardon.
Maria! Georg, you didn't tell me Fräulein Maria was back. I'm delighted.
Thank you. Captain, the children would like to know if they could take a holiday from their studies so we can go for a picnic tomorrow.
Yes, I don't mind.
That will make them very happy. And may I be permitted to wish you happiness, Frau Schrader. Captain, the children told me you were going to get married.
Oh? I'm afraid the children are wrong. Georg, I've got to finish my packing if I'm to get back to Vienna.
If you feel you must, I'll have Franz bring the car out.
I can do that. Auf Wiedersehen, Georg. Goodbye, Maria.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
No, you said the wrong thing. You just said it at the right time.
The children told me you were going to marry Frau Schrader.
We just found we couldn't go the same way. That door is shut.
Sister Margareta always says, when God closes one door, he...
I know. He opens a window. Maria, why'd you run away to the Abbey? And what brought you back to us?
Mother Abbess, she says you have to look for your life.
And often when you find it, you don't recognize it.
No.
And then one day, one night, all of a sudden it stands before you.
Yes.
Maria, seeing you before me now, I realize this is not something that just happened. It's something I've known deep inside me for many weeks now. You've known it too? What was it that told you?
Brigida, the night of your dancing, that night.
That wasn't any ordinary dance now, was it?
No, I haven't danced since I was a very little girl. I guess it's different when you're older, isn't it?
It is. Maria, while you were a very little girl, did a very little boy ever kiss you? That's very different too.
It is different, isn't it?
Oh, Maria, your whole life will be different now. I'll take you anywhere you want to go, give you anything you wish.
But I don't want anything. Everything I could ask for is right here.
Somewhere in my way
know, we ought to get those two together.
Who?
Rakita and the Mother Abbess. For here you are standing there loving me, whether or not you should.
Somewhere in my youth, childhood, I must have done something good.
Nothing comes from nothing, nothing ever could.
So somewhere in my youth,
Or childhood.
I must have done something
Maria, is there someone I should ask for permission to marry you?
Why don't we ask the children? I have permission to look at myself. There's a mirror under my back.
Sister Berta? Sister Margareta!
I don't think she's had time to put in the linings.
Sister Berta, the mirror.
Mother, don't be vain, my daughter. Let me say it for you. You are indeed beautiful, my dear.
Children, Liesel, Friedrich, children, come see. Look here, Carlsberg Festival, 1938. Look here, Von Trapp Family Singers. And here's all your names. Liesel, Friedrich, Louisa, Kurt, Brigitte, Martha, and Gretel.
Why am I always last?
Because you're the youngest.
Liesel, now, I'm relying on you. Day after tomorrow at 11 o'clock in the morning, you and the rest of the children need to be
Herr
ready.
Detweiler, can you help me, please? The Gauleiter is here. He wants to know why we're not flying the new flag.
Hi!
I tried to explain.
Be quiet. When is Captain Von Trapp return?
Who knows when a man is on his honeymoon?
These are not times for joking. It's been 4 days since the onslaught, and this is the only captain in the province not flying the flag in the third run.
You mean the flag with the big black spider on it?
Brigitte,
Do you permit such remarks? Who are you?
I am Maximilian Detweiler, first secretary on the Ministry of Education and Culture.
That was in the old regime.
In the old regime, I was the third secretary. Now I'm the first.
Good. And you will order them to fly the flag.
But Captain Von Trapp wouldn't. I can take my orders only from Captain Von Trapp.
You will take your orders from us, and so will the captain. Hi!
Hi.
Everybody's cross these days.
The thing to do these days is to get along with everyone. Anyway, bus leaves at 11 o'clock. That's when you and the children will be ready.
Uncle Max, are you sure Father's going to be all right with us?
He'll be pleased and proud.
Lisa, do you think so?
Brigitte, don't you trust me?
No.
Anyway, the bus leaves at 11 o'clock.
Grandma Liesel, see what I have here?
That's not his luggage.
You're back! You're back!
We didn't expect you back until next week.
Oh, Max, it's good you're here. There's much I need to speak with you about.
Oh, we're so happy to see you. I miss you so much.
What did you miss the most?
We miss the noises you make in the morning.
The noises you make telling each other to be quiet. We miss going upstairs every night to say goodnight to you.
We missed hearing you sing.
But you came back just in time to hear us sing. Father, we're going to be performing in the Carlsberg Festival this Friday night.
Max,
I've just
let
been,
me see that.
just been waiting to talk to you about that.
You can't talk your way out of this one.
Presents!
Let's open them in the nursery! Hey!
Georg, I was fortunate to even be able to enter the children. I had to make a last-minute decision. Besides, they'll talk at the festival. A singing group with 7 children and 1 family.
Not my family.
But the committee heard them. They were enchanted.
Really, Max, what did they say?
You've never heard such praise.
Georg, did you hear?
It is out of the question.
But if they make people happy.
For the festival, people come from all over the world.
No, it is out of the question.
Georg, it's for Austria.
There is no Austria.
But the Anschluss happened peacefully. Can't we at least be grateful for that?
Grateful? To these swine?
Yeah, he must at least pretend to work with these people. I admire the way he feels, but he has to compromise.
No, Max, no.
You must talk to him.
Max, I can't ask Georg to be less than what he is.
And I'll just have to talk to him myself. If the children don't sing, it would be a poor reflection on Austria and wouldn't do me any good.
Maria, I always knew you loved us children. Now I know you love Father too.
I do, Liesel. I love him very much.
How can you be sure?
Well, I don't think of myself first. I think first of him. I know now how I want to spend my life. A song is no song till you sing it. A bell is no bell till you ring it. And love in your heart wasn't put there to stay. Love isn't love till you give it away. When you were 16, going on 17, waiting for life to start.
Captain Von Trapp.
You stay here with Liesel and I'll give it to him.
I'm under orders to make sure the captain gets it.
I think you can trust me to give it to him.
I have my orders. Oh, Franz! This telegram is to be delivered to Captain Von Trapp.
Hi.
Ha!
Oh, even Franz.
Yes, even Franz, even me, even everyone in Nonnenberg except the great Captain Von Trapp. If he knows what's good for him, he'll come over to the right side. And if he doesn't, he'd better get out of the country. There are things that'll happen today to a man like that. He'd better get out quick. Cry all you want, but just remember what I said, and you remember it too.
Oh, Liesel, don't cry. How could he turn on Father like that? Maybe he wasn't threatening your father. Maybe he was warning him. It's gonna be okay, I promise.
Liesel.
What is it, Georg?
I didn't think I'd be offered a decision soon.
Well?
I've been offered a position in the Navy by Berlin.
Well?
I admit, it would be exciting to have a ship under me again. Well, what I mean is, it would be a relief and a comfort to know that you and the children are safe. But it also means, well, Maria, help me!
Georg, whatever you decide will be my decision.
Thank you. I know now that I cannot do it.
Of course not.
We'll have to get out of Austria right away.
You'll have to leave tonight. Now!
But not without my family. And we can't just pick up and leave. They'll be watching us. We'll have to plan. We'll have to have time.
Hi. Sir Admiral von Schreiber of the Navy of the Third Reich is here to see you.
Thank you, Franz. You haven't given us any time.
And we'll have to make time.
Just be careful.
Stormtroopers? Maria, that's just what I was afraid of.
Max, stay with Georg. I need to find the children. Liesel, quickly, find the children, quickly!
This way, Admiral. May I present Herr Detweiler? Max, I think you know Herr Zeller. Would you gentlemen care to sit down?
We're here on business.
Captain Von Trapp, a telegram was sent to you 3 days ago.
Yes, I've just received it. I just got home. I've been away.
Captain Von Trapp has just returned from his honeymoon.
Congratulations, Captain.
Thank you, sir.
You are held in very high regard in our Navy.
It's very good to hear you say that, sir.
Let's get to the point.
If you don't mind, there was no response to our telegram, and that explains why I'm here today.
Well, sir, that's very flattering, but
I'm here to present you with your commission.
I'm very deeply conscious of the honor, sir, but
your orders are to report immediately to the naval base at Bremerhaven.
Immediately? Well, I believe that'd be impossible for you, Georg.
Oh, Admiral, may I present my wife, the Baroness von Trapp, Admiral von Schreiber.
Madam?
What I meant to, sir, is we'll all be performing in the Keltsburg Festival Friday night. You can see in the program here.
It's been arranged by the Ministry of Education and Culture.
Friday night. It is Wednesday. That is only a matter of 2 days. It could be possible for you to report to Bremerhaven by Monday.
Admiral.
Is there a telephone I could use?
This way, Admiral. And if there is any question, perhaps adding the weight of my voice.
Only gives you the music for children.
Says the Von Trapp family singers. I am head of the Von Trapp family.
It's hard to believe. You, Captain Von Trapp, singing in a concert.
You may believe what you like, Herr Zeller.
Don't figure what you're going to sing either. What are you going to sing, Captain?
Well, that's your privilege to come to the concert and hear us.
I want to hear what you're going to sing right now. Sing!
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Liesel, can you give us the do?
Do, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far along the way to run.
Next, I'm presenting the Von Trapp Family Singers.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Our festival concert has come to its conclusion. Except, of course, we don't know what that conclusion is going to be. The judges are just now putting their heads together. While we wait, I think there should be an encore. It seems this may be the last time the Von Trapp family has to sing together for a long, long time. I've just received word that immediately following the concert, Captain Von Trapp will leave to assume his positions in the Navy of the Third Reich. A guard of honor has been sent to escort the captain directly from this stage to the naval bases at Bremerhaven. And with that, I give you once more the family Von Trapp.
There's a sad sort of clanging from the clock in the halls and the bells in the steeple too. But up in the nursery an absurd little bird is popping up to say cuckoo.
Regretfully they tell us, but firmly they compel us to say goodbye to you.
So long, farewell, I'll be there, say goodnight.
We hate to go and leave this pretty sight.
So long, farewell, I'll be there, say adieu.
Adieu, see you, and you.
So long, farewell, I'll be there, say goodbye.
We close, we fly.
So long, farewell, I'll be there, say goodbye.
The sun has gone to answer the sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, I here have now the decision of our distinguished judges. We will start with third prize. For this honor, the judges have chosen the trio of the Sanger Bunch of Herwigen. Thank you, yes. For second prize, the judges have selected Fraulein Schwieger of the St. Agnethus Church in Mubach. Thank you. Thank you. And for first prize, the highest musical honor in the entire Ostmark, the judges have selected the Von Trapp Family Singers. The family Von Trapp.
They're gone.
What do you mean, gone?
Gone?
How could you let them get away?
They can't just be
Gone. Play something.
Lock the driveway.
We've only 5 neighborhoods to search. It shouldn't be long now.
How many of them are there?
I counted only 8 stormtroopers and their officer.
Sister Margaretta, we didn't know we'd put the Abbey in this kind of danger.
It's outrageous. The church has always been a sanctuary.
Not with these people. This is the 3rd time they've searched the Abbey. That's how we put you all out here in the garden. They only search the inside, never the outside.
Isn't this God's house?
Shh. Yes, darling.
You all must be very quiet. We'll let you know when you've gone.
After they've gone, can we go home?
No, darling. We have a long drive ahead of us.
Lisa, let's all stay close to each other.
Lieutenant?
There's no one here, sir.
All right. Come along.
to be all right.
They've gone.
Reverend Mother, we're sorry to have brought this upon you.
Mother, we can never thank you enough.
As soon as it's safe, we'll leave. We hid the car deep in the woods.
The car will do you no good. They left a guard on the road in front of the gate.
I've been listening to the wireless. The roads are blocked, the borders lie closed.
I've always thought of these mountains as my friends, standing there protecting us. But now it seems as if they've become my enemies.
And after your enemies, haven't you read? I will lift my eyes to the hills from whence cometh my help.
Georg, I know these mountains as well as I know this garden, and so do you. And once we're over the hills, we're into Switzerland.
But the children!
We can help them.